Here's the other problem is the black girl. Let's take the cover girls for the Wall Street Journal. Last week, it resurfaced again. Asia Wilson telling Kelsey Plum about, white privilege and blah, blah, blah. And, Asia Wilson, again, we've talked about on this show, some of her friends. Asia Wilson's pretty unlikable and pretty mean-spirited, despite all the dressing up. Her BFF is some dude that pretends to be a woman named Dolores that harasses people online, and they want to do all this. Well, I face death threats. Everybody's out to get me. And turns out it's Asia Wilson's BFF doing a lot of it. We got unlikable.
Caitlin Clark is on the cusp of a groundbreaking milestone, as whispers of a potential European expedition swirl around her. As the curtains close on her current season, speculation is rife about a lucrative $150 million contract that could catapult her to unprecedented heights, making her the world's highest-paid female basketball sensation. However, not everyone is celebrating this monumental news. WNBA powerhouse Aja Wilson has reportedly expressed reservations about Clark's potential defection. For many, the WNBA represents the pinnacle of women's basketball excellence, and the prospect of Clark, a rising luminary, choosing a European odyssey instead, has sparked a contentious debate.
The LSU math department, I really hope she wasn't a math major. Look, I'm an Asian. I'm not even good at math. I knew 12 times 8 is 96,000. Now, if that doesn't cover any of your bills, a couple points here. The average American salary I've read is anywhere between 45 to 50,000. The WNBA season is not 12 months. In fact, it's not even half a year. The sense of entitlement that somehow that you're underpaid in a league that has never turned a profit and is subsidized by men. Yeah, men. It's just mind-boggling to me. And the other thing is, you're right, she really comes off, if I am these other players in the WNBA that do not have her profile, I think to myself, if you have any self-awareness, Caitlin Clark is not my problem. She's not my enemy. She is. And by the way,
Caitlin Clark has experienced a meteoric rise in the past year. Following her senior season at Iowa, she seamlessly transitioned into her rookie season with the Indiana Fever, embarking on an intense 11-month journey. Clark's impressive resume includes selling out arenas and shattering records, such as the WNBA's single-season assist and rookie scoring records. Her remarkable debut earned her a fourth-place finish in MVP voting.
So why was Griner in Russia in the first place? The head of the WNBA Players Union says it's because of pay inequity. The average WNBA base salary around $120,000. Players can earn a lot more playing overseas than in the U.S., 3 times more in some cases. TJ Quinn now, he's an investigative reporter at ESPN. He's been covering the Griner story. It's good to have you here. The argument is that she's put herself in harm's way by playing in Russia, but she doesn't have much of a choice because she can't make much, certainly nearly as much here, right?
Well, she can make, yes, she makes a fraction of what she does in Russia, about 220,000 here, more than $1 million in Russia. The issue is not so much pay inequity, because there's a huge gap in the marketability of the two games. The WNBA simply doesn't have the following. But what supporters of the women's game have argued is that the NBA really needs to let the WNBA grow, let them invest in bigger contracts and in better TV deals, try to promote the game. And even Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, recognizes they've got to do something to address this pay gap.
Does it change anytime soon, do you think? How long of a process are we talking about before we can actually see some results?
Well, it's never going to get close to, at least not in the short term, it's not going to get close to the money that you've seen in Russia. That is money that's coming from oligarchs, or at least came from oligarchs. There were accusations of money as well. These were vanity projects for them. The NBA is not in a position to approve WNBA salaries at that level.
For years, WNBA players have supplemented their income by playing overseas. Despite improved WNBA salaries, many struggle to cover expenses. Stars like Diana Taurasi and Brianna Stewart have played abroad for better pay. However, change is underway. Stewart and Nafisa Collier have launched Unrivaled, a 3x3 league offering top salaries and ownership stakes. This innovation may reshape women's basketball.
touch that face, just like a football team. Like, we will play like champions. Just touch that face. Like, just give it a thumbs up. Like, way to go, white girls. Thanks. Now, I want to get to Asia Wilson. If you want to get to the whole cultural, racial thing, I want to say this as a crouching tiger. My continent is not your name, Asia. By the way, have you ever noticed None of these girls named Asia are ever Chinese, Japanese, Chinese. They're not even ever Thai. I don't get it. I thought for years her name was Ajay. I really did. That's how little I knew. But on a serious point, when I began this WNBA journey, this fearless journey with Jason Whitlock, I didn't know who Miss Wilson was. I really didn't. But as I was force-fed this information after years and months of browbeating, this is what I learned about Miss Wilson. That she's the best player. That she's iconic. She's going to be a Hall of Famer. And you look at her numbers, you're like, wow, she is the best player. She must be given credit for that. But Jason, you know what I've really learned, though, as I delve deeper into this and I get to know her more from a periphery standpoint? Wow, she's unlikable. That's the thing that I've learned. That she is more and more unlikable. She's abrasive. She's a race peddler. And she actually hurts the cause as the best player in the league. That sounds familiar, like another basketball player, but that's for another segment, Jason.
Asia Wilson, a three-time WNBA MVP, has played overseas for extra income. However, with Caitlin Clark potentially becoming the highest-paid player, tension may arise. Wilson has spent years establishing herself as the face of the league, and Clark's rapid rise in fame and earnings could disrupt this balance, creating a new dynamic in women's basketball.
You have the gatekeepers now, like, hey, we've been playing basketball a long time. Where were you? No, we're watching because of Caitlin Clark. I didn't watch the MLS. Messi started playing. I watched the MLS. People watching Tiger. They didn't play golf, but there was Tiger. There was something about him. You have a singular figure here, but now you have everybody who has to have, there's a referendum here, an opinion. You think you know the game. How are they playing? Oh, they're rougher on her. What her teammates need to do is stand up for her. I would start with that. And the commissioner of the WNBA has got to take control of this to say there's hard fouls, but then there's going above and beyond the call of duty. That's where you got to be careful with this. And I don't care who it is. Angel Reese got fouled earlier this season in a game against the Connecticut Sun. That was a dirty play. And I don't know if anybody singled that out, but that was a potential injury waiting to happen when she fell, in the angle that she fell. But I didn't hear anybody there. No referendum on that. It was a hard foul, and it was a flagrant foul. But Caitlin Clark, I don't want her to get all the calls, but I also want her to be at least treated fairly if you're going to officiate a game. Now, she got all the calls, it felt like, in college.
A resurfaced video from the 2024 Final Four shows Aja Wilson discussing white privilege in basketball with teammate Kelsey Plum. The clip, now viral with 25M+ views, has sparked debate about race in sports. The timing is unfortunate, as some interpret Wilson's remarks as dismissing the talent of white players, including Plum, amidst Caitlin Clark's rising fame.
If you're watching, if you're not listening, Sabrina Ionescu is a white girl. And on WNBA standards and just most humans, she's a relatively attractive white girl. The WNBA has a white girl problem. It's a league that wants to celebrate Asia Wilson and all the other black women in the WNBA. They want to celebrate the black women that aren't even in the WNBA anymore. They want to celebrate Cheryl Swopes. They want to celebrate Maya Moore. They want to uplift and celebrate Lisa Leslie and everybody, Teresa Weatherspoon, everybody that played long before Caitlin Clark and everybody that's black now. It's a black worship league. And Caitlin Clark is the face of that league, and she's not black, and they have a problem with it.
The situation surrounding Caitlin Clark and Aja Wilson is complex, reflecting the financial, racial, and professional challenges WNBA players face. Wilson has denied being jealous of Clark, despite speculation sparked by reports of Clark's potential 8-figure Nike deal and signature shoe. As Clark's fame grows, fans have drawn comparisons and hinted at tension between the two.
The energy. I feel like the energy is good. It's a good vibe. It's a good feel. People are really just coming to see the product on the floor. I think it kind of a little too gossipy in the beginning, but then it started to fizzle out because people started to realize we're really good at what we do. We're elite at what we do. So I love the energy now. Like, people are saying good hoops, and that's what it's all about. We come out here and we work hard and we play basketball at a very high level, and people are believing in it and they're trusting in it and they're investing in it. So I think that's the energy that we're feeling right now.
Aja Wilson, the 2018 WNBA draft's first overall pick, dismissed rumors of tension. The Las Vegas Aces star was named 2024 Kia WNBA MVP, her third MVP award, joining legends Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie. Wilson made history as the first unanimous MVP since 1997.
Oh man, I feel amazing. It's truly a blessing to get an MVP as a whole, but to say that this is my third, it's a good feeling. It really is.
And this is the first time since 1997 that it was a unanimous vote for MVP.
I did not know it was.
Oh, congratulations! Yeah, it was unanimous.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's incredible. I did not know it was unanimous. That's so cool. That is really cool.
Well, actually, we have a video for you.
Oh, gosh.
For the first time, Wilson is watching the moment she found out she won that third MVP trophy.
Guess what? You are the 2024.
It was just a big moment. Like, I feel like it was just a moment for us. Like, yes, it's a singular award, but having that with them, it was just like so powerful, so much fun.
The Las Vegas Aces, a tight-knit group that Wilson calls her family.
Just give me my money. Give me my money.
Just give me my money.
It's a melting pot. And we go together, we get some good like buffalo chicken dip. Like, we're all different ingredients. We come together and mesh just like chef's kiss.
And this season, you've been at the top of your game.
For 1,000, yes!
You were the first ever to score 1,000 points in a single season. What does that milestone mean for you?
It was just a big moment, and it's something that I probably later on I'll look and be like, wow, that really happened.
Now she joins basketball greats like Cheryl Swoops.
Analyst Jason Whitlock ignited controversy by proposing that Caitlin Clark spearhead a new U.S. league, rivaling the WNBA. As players seek better pay overseas, this idea could upend the status quo, particularly given Clark's profound impact on WNBA viewership.